once divorced and a broken man.
216-578-1007 or 1-800-348-1007.
Great. He is great.
And
we saw
Bob
him
Dylan,
at,
although probably not any of our cup of tea, has a ton of people that are into it. So there's some, I mean, those are three pretty big artists to have in one show.
last year was Robert Plant and Alison Krauss, Willie Nelson. Now, that's not the whole lineup that I just gave you. You know, it kind of rotates city to city. Billy Strings. Wasn't somebody just talking about Billy Strings around here?
I just remember Billy Strings was at Nautica last year, and I had no idea what it was.
Okay. He's like a
just
big
made it so I
bluegrass dude.
couldn't get home, and I was annoyed. So I'll forever have a grudge against Billy Strings for that.
Right. Well, this says Robert Plant and Alison Krauss are back on it. Maybe they're not doing Blossom. But anyway, I like Willie a lot, and Willie's one of those guys where I'm like, he's gonna die, and I need to go see him before he does, because we're going to wake up one day, and they're going to go, Willie Nelson has died, and I'm going to kick myself. Or I'll ask you guys to do it for me. If Willie Nelson dies, and I haven't seen him yet, will you guys kick me?
With pleasure.
Okay, cool. You don't have to do it with pleasure.
With pleasure.
I don't want you getting any pleasure from kicking me.
I don't want you to not be
Just kick
kicked.
me.
I want you to not be happy when you're being kicked. So we would do
No,
it.
I'm not going to be happy. I'll already be crestfallen. But I don't want you deriving pleasure out of kicking me. The whole tour kicks off June 23rd, which is my birthday, of course. Maybe that's a sign. Well, anywho, that's what's going on this summer for the Outlaw Music Festival. You know, if it's called Outlaw, I'm surprised that one Bob Ritchie isn't on the lineup. Isn't he an outlaw? Isn't Kid Rock an outlaw?
He's a cowboy, I believe.
Oh, he's a cowboy.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Well, shades of
Cowboy,
difference. Right.
baby.
Right. Just because his dad owned a string of car dealerships doesn't mean he's not an outlaw. Something they should look into. Yeah, so I need to really get on the Willie Nelson thing. But again, I'm really between a rock and a hard place here. I got to find a weekend date, which means I got to
travel to go see him.
Well, I ain't going to Blossom on a Thursday.
That's what I mean.
Tell you that much.
If you're not going to go to Blossom, you're not going to go out of state on a Saturday.
Yeah, of course I will.
No, you
There it
won't.
is. He's doing Charlotte on a Saturday.
Okay, then go. Buy your ticket right now. What's the date?
June 22.
You're not going. That's the day before your birthday.
My birthday weekend.
Okay, then do it.
What better time to go? Well, I need to consult with my better half on these
Sure.
kinds of things.
Sure.
June 22. I got nothing going on that day. Okay, what are the other weekends?
You take Friday and Monday off for a long weekend in Charlotte.
No.
Well,
You
don't
drive-
forget, we
Your
got
birthday.
Juneteenth on the
Are we
19th.
Are we allowed to take that day off?
So
not black,
Poundcake's
yeah, we're
Poundcake's
allowed-
taking it off.
we should-
Yeah, I'm taking it off.
it's
I'll
a
be out.
company holiday.
It is a federal holiday.
It's a federal holiday.
Yeah.
It's
And
rude if we don't take it off.
And I've learned my lesson from
Mhm.
working on federal holidays.
Please.
No one cares.
So 19, 20, 21st. We'll be off all those days.
And you can go to Charlotte or wherever, Asheville. Where was it?
Charlotte, yes.
Charlotte. Go to
Yep.
Charlotte. Have some fun. And
Well, first of all,
see you bye.
stop telling me what to
I'm
do.
going to tell you what to do forever because I can.
I'm looking at, I could go to Jones Beach on a Saturday.
What's that?
We could all go. It's out there in on Long Island.
Oh, come
It's,
visit.
it's right in your backyard.
Come visit me.
That's what I'm saying.
You guys can stay in my apartment. There's plenty of room.
Jersey
I have
on
a
Sunday
big
the
couch.
30th.
I have a big couch and an air mattress.
Will you sleep on the couch and we get to sleep on the bed?
Absolutely not.
All right, they're doing Chicago on a
Polar
Saturday,
blast punishment.
so I would most likely do that.
I get to sleep in your bed for a week while you sleep on the couch.
No. You'll ruin my bed.
Sleep in Mary's bed
would
for
I
a week
ruin your
is her
bed?
polar
'Cause
blast
you're
punishment?
big and sweaty.
I'm not
and you
sweaty.
ruin it.
Where am I going to bring my...
You can't touch the thermostat, Bill. It's 75 degrees in my bedroom. Tell me you're not going to be sweaty.
Oh, my God, that sounds
The
terrible.
thermostat is locked.
You got the
You're not
window
allowed
But
to touch it.
in the summer, it's not going to be that. You're
You
gonna
don't
have-
know.
You're gonna have-
Landlords don't pay attention to that crap.
Are you going to have, is it central AC or do you have like
No,
window units?
It's not a window unit, but there is a unit in my room.
Is it like one of those ones that like moves around like R2D2?
No, it's an old. It was a daycare, so it's a big old yellow unit that's in the wall.
Okay.
It's giant. I'm sure.
Okay,
it'd
so
work
it's still
really
like
well,
kind
but-
of a it's not in the window, but it's that kind of unit.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys can come stay with me, not in my bed.
Yeah, I don't want to sleep in your bed.
You can sleep at the foot of the bed like a little cat, just curled up in a ball.
Oh, yeah. Widow Alan cat.
Alan, is Poundcake thinking of Jerry Lee Lewis or Ted Nugent?
Ted Nugent, that's who it was.
Well, he didn't marry his. No, he adopted a girl so he could have sex with her.
Okay, well,
Because he's a patriot, Bill.
Mm-hmm.
He's a patriot.
That's who I was thinking of. Ted Nugent.
Wang dang doodle.
There you go.
Yeah, okay.
Wang dang sweet poon tang.
I was off. He didn't marry her, but there
Yeah.
was something hinky going on.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that is a little hinky.
Well, really.
Now that you mention it.
That's a good word for it.
It got the okay from her parents. Oh, I'll take care of her. We're going to be on the road with a touring rock band. What could go wrong? Sick of these parents. We just wanted our daughter to have a better life. Okay. Billy Strings is so freaking good, somebody says. Okay.
Let's give us a little Billy Strings.
Let's see if we have some in here. Billy Strings.
I don't know if they'll be in there.
Oh, yeah, really?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe.
I thought maybe GAR.
JR
might play
maybe,
them.
yeah, but I don't know. They're like that hipster bluegrass where it's all yoga girls that listen to it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, that is new country. I mean,
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
meet me at the something. Meet me at the creek. Hold
Don't
on.
you be swearing, Billy Strings. Is it live?
Yeah, this one's live. I don't want to do that because there might be some.
Yeah.
Hold on. Dust in a baggie?
I ain't slept in 7 days, haven't eaten 3. Methamphetamine has got
It's about meth, Mary.
my tweaker friends have got me to the point of no
This is just straight bluegrass.
Yeah.
There's no.
Sounds like the band from
I guess if you
What'd
were
you say?
in.
Bottom Boys.
Yeah.
Right. Man
I
of
am a
constant sorrow.
man of
Yeah,
con-
doesn't it sound like that?
Yes. That's what
I-
a lot of bluegrass sounds like.
I saw a TikTok about that last week, or maybe it was Reels, whatever it was. It was about how that is the most successful soundtrack of an era. Like, I don't think of all time, but it's one of the most successful soundtracks.
The Bodyguard was
And
the one.
there is a song in it that's just an old wire recording of a chain gang singing a spiritual, and they didn't know who to give the rights to, so they found a guy that was on the chain gang and then delivered him a $700,000 check. They're like, you're the one that was singing, so you get this money. And that's so crazy. See, being on a chain gang, not so bad. Worked
You know,
out,
so-
worked out
sometimes-
one time for one person.
Sometimes crime does pay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You guys use the word shrimp to cover up the S word for poop. It's really mean if you tell someone like Mary Santora, eat shrimp and die, because she will, and that's just not very nice.
Would you die, Mary?
Yeah, my throat will stop working. Yeah, it'll close
Huh.
up. and
So
then
in the
your
absence of,
air's
of
done.
an EpiPen, you could die.
So today I went into my little deli, my little diner, and they have their salad bar, and I got the salad bar. And then the guy, he has the lid of my salad in his hand, and they handed him a second salad from like the grill side with an aluminum foil, like I don't know, it just looked like bunched up aluminum foil. So he puts down my salad, opens up this aluminum foil, and shrimp goes all over the other salad. And then he just goes right back to like putting mine together. And I wanted to say something because I was like, hey man, like I'm super allergic to that. Like you can't be messing around.
Yeah.
But I'm like, they don't care. And I wish people cared more. So what I did is when I got to work, because he didn't touch the physical salad with it, but the container, he had shrimp juice all over his hands. And he's like closing up the container, and he poured my dressing with it. So as soon as I got to work, I like used a paper towel to hold the bottom of the container and like dump it onto a plate. And same thing with the dressing, and threw out the container in the bag. Because I'm like, how can you work in food industry and not care at all? Or
Oh,
not be
because they
told?
just don't.
But
Yeah,
no,
I
so,
mean,
like, but
these are
that's,
probably.
like, people can die, dude. Like that's a big deal.
Well, but they require you to tell them not to do stuff, right?
Yes.
No, I mean, sure, but they use one set of tongs for everything on the salad bar.
Right.
I mean, there's no shellfish on the salad bar, but it's still like, what if someone
There's nuts.
Yeah, there's all kinds of other stuff like that.
Yeah, but I think they make accommodations for people. They have an extra set. I remember when I was working at the crepes place, people would come in with a gluten allergy. And at the time, I didn't know what a gluten allergy was. But I was like, okay, how can I assist you in making sure you don't die? And then they would walk me through it, and I would do it. So you do just have to say something, because these aren't necessarily top chefs, okay? They're working on a food line, so they don't know.
Like in their family business or whatever.
Yeah, and they make like $12 an hour, and you expect them to know everything about, allergic reactions to food.
No, not know everything about allergic reactions to food, but I feel like shellfish is a pretty common allergy.
Yeah, keep that stuff separate.
Yes, if you're handling shellfish, maybe change your gloves. That's a big one.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Shellfish, nuts. I mean, I can't think of anything bigger than that can kill people, right?
Well, he probably was doing his job wrong anyways.
Well, but also, people in that situation are usually walking around with an EpiPen, right? Because they don't know what's getting mixed with what.
Yeah.
So.
But that doesn't mean you want to be able to use it. Just
Understood.
Because you have it doesn't
but you
mean...
don't have one with you.
No, I have one.
Oh, you do?
I should carry it.
You have
with
one
me,
in
but
your
I'm
purse?
Nervous. I keep it at home, which is probably the worst place to have it, because I know I'm not going to
Yeah, you're not going to mix anything at home. Mary gets the lobster tongs in her salad. She cacks out right there in the deli.
Times because
my EpiPen's at home.
They do have like an imitation crab. I'm assuming it's not real crab meat on the line.
No, it's just fish.
It's like
cod,
pressed flounder or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, because they use the same tongs, and depending on where the tongs are sitting determines if I'll get a salad that day. So if they're sitting like right on top of it, I'm like, well, no salad today. I'll go somewhere else. Also, I don't feel like all places should have shellfish. Okay, let me go on a rant for a second. Lent, are we in Lent?
Yeah.
Okay, so people give up meat on Fridays in Lent, or sometimes the whole time, whatever. I'm not Catholic. But this is the time of year when every friggin' dive bar and diner thinks that they need to have crab cakes.
A fish fry
and
or
shellfish and a shrimp cocktail on the menu. When it's like, bro, if you are operating in a dive bar, you don't need crab cakes. Like, you've gone the whole year, and nobody has ever requested seafood from you.
They sell a lot of those, though.
I understand, but also, like, this is not the place for it.
I mean, there's
You're
probably
not handling things properly.
there's probably
You
a
don't
church on every corner doing a fish fry, so nobody's going to the bar for.
But they wouldn't. Here's the thing: like, if they weren't selling it, if people weren't buying it, then I don't think they would do it. But I think they sell a lot of that stuff.
But my point is, I feel like not every place should be able to do that.
What are you doing in a bar anyway, Mary?
I'm a comic. Where do you want me to be? Every place I go. And it screws up all the fried food, though, because these places aren't changing out the oil or keeping a separate fish fry. It all goes mixed in together. So when then they have fried popcorn shrimp on the menu, that's mixed in with all the oil with their regular shrimp. The one comedy club I go to...
And therefore you have to get the really bad salad that they have.
Well, the one comedy club I go to here all the time, they do that, where they have like awesome fresh cut fries, or at least they look good, but they fry shellfish in the same oil. And I'm like, how can you
really?
Yes.
The fries taste like lobster or something? I mean,
it's oysters. It's fried oysters, but still,
the
it's
fries taste like oysters?
How can you not think to separate those two things? And maybe it's just because I'm hypersensitive.
But they also don't want to waste anything. The
And they
less
also-
stuff they have to buy, the happier they are. They got razor thin margins.
And they probably have a really small kitchen where they only have one fryer. So.
But that's my whole thing. If I could be on a soapbox for a minute. Hey,
1 minute. Time has been up.
Every single restaurant, bar, diner. Not all. You guys don't all need to have fish. You're not qualified to have fish. You're not handling it properly. You can barely keep your coleslaw cold. You don't need to have fish on your menu.
Well, there's Mary Santora's take on. I think she's right.
You heard what I heard. Mary Santora hates Catholics
and small business owners.
Yeah, honestly, because if there were no Catholics, we wouldn't have to deal with this. So either be Christian or something else.
Are there any famous religions that abstain from shellfish?
Which is annoying.
Imitation crab is made of starch and finely pulverized white fish.
There you go.
Yummy.
Well, I'm assuming it's imitation crab.
I think you're probably right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be crazy to have.
Yeah. charging
Real
$32 for crab at the bar.
It's an $8.99 salad. I'm assuming it's imitation crab.
Hey, do you guys have any finely shredded or pulverized fish on the menu?
Yeah.
Because I got a real hankering
Yeah, but we don't
for...
call it that.
Huh?
We call it imitation crab, which is somehow more palatable.
Right.
I'm just saying, I feel like...
Yeah, I'm acting like a crab, see?
Like, if you're a diner that has cottage cheese on the menu, maybe you don't need a lobster tail as well. Like, that's not...
I just remember that the Daves, and I've told the story before.
Oh, yeah.
When we lived in Ohio City for many years, the Daves on Bridge and 25th is where we would go grocery shopping. And it got all manner of people in there. You got people from the neighborhood, and you got people who were from the neighborhood, but, were kind of whatever. And we just walked in there one time, and the salad bar had lobster, imitation crab, whatever it was, right? Crab salad. And I just walk in, and there's a woman in there, elbow deep in the crab salad. And she's like, "What, you going to call the cops?" I'm like, "No," like slowly backing away from the, So she didn't care if it was imitation or not, because she was imitating a person who had her elbow in the crab salad and was just taking out fistful of it and eating it. So I can, out of all of whatever other affliction she might have had as an unhoused person, she did not have a shellfish allergy. And so I guess that's
Wouldn't
a plus.
That be the way to find out, though?
I guess that's the silver lining, They're like, yeah, I sleep under a bridge, but can have all the lobster people throw away.
Or
That
put
would be the bad way to find out, though. You're right.
the soups right next to each other, too.
Yeah.
Like, they'll have a lobster bisque right next to the chicken noodle, and I'm like, I can see that there's lobster bisque in that chicken noodle soup.
Right.
I can see it.
Right.
So now I don't want to get anything from your hot bar.
Oh,
What are you doing
their
back
loss.
there?
Their loss. And to compound matters, you also have a bisque allergy.
Do I? I don't even know what bisque is. Thick soup.
It's a kind of soup.
I mean,
know
it's
that.
got
Yeah.
dairy in it, so
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I shouldn't be
And
messing with it anyway, but still.
most bisques are also probably going
Seafood.
to have a seafood element, too. So,
Yep.
yeah, stay away from bisques.
Hey, you got any langostino back there? I'm trying to break myself of bisques.
Yeah, I've never been a big bisque guy. I don't like cream-based soups. I like a broth-based soup.
Well, there you go.
So if you're a local business owner, take all the shellfish off your menu.
Uh-huh.
Or just for me. And
Yep.
I'm not going to come in there, but you should do it in case I decide maybe I do want to.
For Mary, at least for the time being. Let's just
And
say for Lent,
others-
which she does not
others
observe. And others,
in
just
the
traffic
shellfish
primarily
allergy
in
community.
traffic in broth-based soups.
Broth-based soups, and keep your allergens separate.
So they
Yeah.
can have them, just keep them separate.
Keep it, yeah, fine. Have it, but fry it in a different fryer. Handle
they
your
only have
crap
one fryer?
properly, man. Well, then don't have it. If you only have one fryer, then don't have something that could kill somebody.
But what if they want to?
I guess you're going to have to find another place to eat.
Nah. There's another deli that I like, and their fruit is fresher, too.
There you go.
So I might be making a jump.
This situation, you've already lost a customer, deli number one. I'll have those Gilmore Project tickets for you if you're a Pink Floyd fan. They're coming through for the 50th anniversary of Pink Floyd's Wish You Were Here. They're going to play June 21 as a Friday night at MGM Northfield Park. So we'll do those coming back.
The Alan Cox Show.
On our free iHeartRadio app and your favorite smart device. Just tell it to play the Alan Cox Show on iHeartRadio.
From the Universal Windows Direct Weather Center, WMMS Weather.
Tonight, thunderstorms likely down to 58 degrees. Tomorrow, thunderstorms continue, then a chance of rain mixed with snow. The temperatures tomorrow will fall to around 33. Then a slight chance of snow showers Thursday, high 36.
This report is sponsored by Ohio Department of Mental Health and Addiction Services.
Have you ever told a friend?
Oh, I'm fine.
When you really felt?
Just so overwhelmed.
Then this is your sign to reach out to the 988 Lifeline for 24/7 free confidential support. You don't have to hide how you feel. Text, call, or chat anytime.